Hello, welcome to Nezo's Bad Shop. Woohoo! Big boost hits. I'm your host, Nezo, and you are looking at the MRX GT version 1.5 in standard out-of-box trim. This is the Shakedown with the factory settings and whatever spare electronics I could borrow or find in my bag. So there's a mixture of kind of slightly newer gen and older gen stuff. And yeah, anyways, at least the car's running and alive, and it's running very nicely. And it definitely meets or exceeds my expectations of what I had, because the version 1 was pretty nice and really good. Then I stopped driving it because of the gears and all that other stuff. And so the 1.5 is just as good. I actually really like it. And a couple of the guys here that have driven it today and tonight, it's late night right now on a Saturday, Sunday morning, whatever. And yeah, they all love it. And they're like, "Did you tune this car?" And I said, "No, this is... Again, this is the factory settings, straight from the manual. I didn't tune anything other than the shocks preload, the preload collars on the shocks, because there was no setting for that in the manual. So I gave it my my setting there. I think I put 2.5 millimeter in the front and about 4 millimeter preload in the rear. And if you hear that clicking in the drivetrain area in the rear end, I'm undecided if that's a gear that I have meshed funny, or if it's just all the gears, because I remember my other MRX making such noises, or it's one of the brake disc caliper assemblies that I decided to install for the sake of the video for the wheels, to get a nice visual in the wheels. It could be that, so I'm not sure. It's one of the two. Yeah. So, test driver today, Joey, sending the car around here. Shout out to Joey. We have a gutter over on the other side there, and he got sucked into it. But as you can see, it's going pretty well. Oh, hit the wall there. But otherwise, yeah, it's running pretty nicely, and it's got a good amount of flow and feel. You saw it in the light tandem there. And yeah, not too much to say otherwise, other than it's definitely an improvement over the original. So far, the gears have stood up to all the abuse I threw at it today, which wasn't too much, but everything seems to be going good that way. The new steering knuckle geometry is working pretty good. We're getting lots of high lock. The dampers still feel just as they did. The 3-hole in the front, 6-hole in the rear setting is working pretty good actually, so no issue there. The rear active tow works nice, just as it did before previously. But I'm pretty sure this car is going to be soon discontinued, because they already have the EX line out. So if it hasn't been discontinued, it probably already will be, or very shortly. Probably by the time you watch this video, or if you watch it in a month or two. Anyway, so it's still a good car, but the MRX platform doesn't seem to resell well on the used market, at least from what I've seen, and I had big trouble selling my other one, so I ended up trading it. However, this one though, I'm probably going to end up keeping this one for a while, because it's going to get a bingo chassis very shortly. I already have it for it. Shout out to Rudy, Mr. Bingo, for sending that up, and for sending this car to me as well. This car is actually going to be mine now. He decided to gift it to me, so I'm going to hang on to this one for a while and do some science. Got a nice body to throw on it for some visuals for y'all once I do all the technical talking here. But otherwise, yeah, car does run pretty well. It's easy to drive, and you can chuck some pretty big angle right away. Yeah, the motor that's in there is an old OMG... what do they call it? Old Strike. This is the old pink Strike. It'll do boost, but it's not friendly. That's why you're hearing it kind of shriek on the boost low. So we're trying not to boost it too much. But look at the angle we're getting. Supreme angle overall, really, from out of the box. And yeah, most of the guys here said, like, this feels like it's been tuned, but it really hasn't. So that's the real sort of the nice thing, at least. The out-of-box tunes from MST have been going pretty well, and this shows it. And at least, yeah, it exceeded my expectations, which were already pretty high for this platform anyway from the first version. So, yeah, pretty awesome. And once Joey completes this lap, I'll have him bring it. Actually, I'll have him bring it around over here, and then I'll do a little talk about it, and then we'll put the body on it, and you'll take a look. Bring it over here. Thank you, sir. Ew, there it is. Yes. So I'm gonna turn it off so I can do some maneuvering. So there it is. I fitted some new and old electronics, just like on that other recent Shakedown. Another one of these. I have like 3 or 4 of these. Sanwa SV plus Type D combo, blah blah. This is the ESC and receiver combo once again. Paired it with the old Epic Oh, it's an Epic, sorry, not the Strike. This is a version 1 Epic. It's the pink one. They only made so many of these. It's a little toasty because I don't have a fan on it. But anyway, a little bit of ye old and a little bit of new OMG Predator. Non-bad shop edition, this one was loaned to me. Yeah, apparently it had some issues, but it's working okay. And an MST MGX gyro, which I had just chilling. And that's a newer gen gyro that you'll see in the RTR kits and stuff. And it works pretty good, actually. Yeah, so good enough for testing. You may have noticed a little bit of hunting in the steering. I think that might be a little bit of the old gen and new gen talking, / maybe this got a bit of issues, whatever. I know if I swap stuff around, that hunting will go away. I'm not worried about that. I can tell you, MST's factory servo saver here does work all right. It's pretty good to get you going. You'll want to put a solid horn later, but that's good enough for now. And yeah, the redesigned knuckle, which I hadn't noticed really, has a stopper in the front of it. Look, like I was saying, I can't remember if I said that in the unboxing or not, but it has a stopper here. Doesn't really stop, like it barely hits by the time it's a chase wheel, but it's there, so whatever. But the geometry is really nice. Look at the overhead geometry we got here. Very nice. So that's resulting in high angle and lots of drivability. My preload setting, along with the factory 3mm adjustable heights here. This is 2.5, and in the rear it's 2. No, sorry, this is 2 mil. The rear is 2.5. So that's what that is for the adjustable top hat. That's what they specified in the manual. And my preload setting of I think 2.5mm preload on here and 4mm in the rear. Lots of damping in the front. Lots of damping in the rear. Although it's a little bit stiffer just at the moment because of the way the shock's orientated. But still got a good amount of damping. This ESC is kind of heavy, so there's a little bit of good amount of butt weight. But they did give the aggressive mode ESC mounting plate, so I decided to mount this thing all the way back here and did the wiring as such. Look, I even went to the great lengths of custom wiring, of, you know, making it all pretty and everything and all, ooh. Yeah. But anyways, I do like this car, so this one will stay in my fleet for a while. What will I do with it when I put the bingo on it? I don't know, but it'll just be kind of a fun car. It could be like a high-end rental in my fleet, just in case, you know, an out-of-towner comes, or hey, you got a spare car to run. Yeah, you can run this. It's a great car. The rear active tow works good, like I said, and it is quite a bit of kit. There's a good amount of carbon and aluminum going on here, right? So I mean, that's just, you know, because people were thinking this was a lower budget car. No, they were always mid-range cars, mid to high-end cars. Like this is at least a $500 to $600 Canadian car. At least the TDA dampers are about $120-ish Canadian or something alone. Those are nice dampers, though. They're nice shocks. And otherwise, yeah, you can still outfit this with some aluminum from MST here and there if you can find the parts, because they're still kind of stock for certain things is scarce, but other things are starting, I hear it's starting to get better, so I'm going to start saying that now and we'll see what happens, or let me know what your local stock's like for MST parts. Our distributor, Elite Drift Shop, for the Strictly Sideways shop here, Elite has been stocking more MST parts, and I noticed the stock has been growing, so hopefully that's getting better. I'd like to hear from y'all what you think. But yeah, otherwise this car will get a bingo plate on it, and then we'll do some more testing, and I think it's going to be even spicier. And then I'll probably honestly just leave it like that, and it'll be a fun car for whatever, or a training car. I don't know. I've got to find some purpose for it, but it's going to stay in my fleet. And so far, other than the clickety-clack I heard from the rear, which was kind of minor, but it sounded just like excessive drivetrain, so far all those gears in there are holding up, and they don't look too messed up. Oh, and the pinion I chose here, this is a 19-tooth pinion because the manual said use a 22, but they don't give you one. So I decided I will use a 19-tooth, also because this motor I chose happens to be an 8.5, so there's a little more revs under there. So just to play it safe, 19-tooth. Other than that, straightforward, and yeah, there it is, the MRX GT version 1.5. And yeah, you'll see some more videos of this thing for sure. Digest and a couple other things with the bingo chassis, and then I don't know what we're gonna find out. Maybe I'll use it to train people. Maybe I'll just chase other people like this guy who was in the video. Maybe I'll just, you know, just randomly chase cars or whatever. We'll see. There's always options. But yes, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. And yeah, we'll go from there. Can't do it without y'all. So thank you for watching. And yeah, let me know if you got one, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And check you on the flip side. Okie dokie. Bye-bye. spin out. He hucked it in good there. Nice gutter entry.